going on, ninjas? What's going on? And we are out here in Thunder Pumper Tuesday, and it's been raining all night and all morning, but it has stopped. Hasn't been raining for about an hour or so, and Noah showed up. I told him to be here around noon, and he did. And we're gonna go try to knock out, even if we just knock out 3-4 yards. I gotta be back home anyway pretty soon because my AC unit just went out, and I just had that guy show up and clean it 2 weeks ago. Y'all remember? And now it's out completely, like it's blowing hot air. So he's supposed to be showing up. Let's see, Tiny's topping off. I'm just topping it off. He was not empty at all. 18 bucks. 254.9 on the fuel. I usually top it off a little bit if it's a couple of pennies. Yeah, there you go. I don't know, guys, why does this tire keep getting bald on the inside? And it's only on the inside. Right here, right here. I don't know. And this is a brand new freaking tire. And it's pretty much due for replacing. The only thing I could do is, you know, switch it out from this one to the other one. So yeah, so you know what I mean? So it doesn't get worse. But then the other one, which is a brand new one as well, is gonna get looking like this. Don't forget about the challenge, the Wolfpack push-up challenge. Guys, I appreciate all of you who have accepted it. I am obviously not perfect at it or good at it myself, but I've got a long ways to go, but I am definitely not quitting. I haven't done them in years, and it's gonna be really a good feeling when I accomplish it. So join us, join us. There he is, the man with the plan, Mr. Know-It-All. What do you know today, Mr. Know-It-All?
This candy's really good.
Candy's real good? No, it's too much sugar. Yeah, this is my baby right here. I love these drinks, man. They literally stop me from craving energy drinks and all that sugar, but they're good for you, and they give you a natural boost of caffeine, like your energy. So it's kind of like an energy drink in a way, only 100 times better.
Oh, it smells like
it smells like an energy drink. Yeah, it does. It actually has a little bit of bubbles, like not bubbles, maybe like a fuzzy, maybe a little bubbles when you first add water to it, but then it calms down. I had a typo yesterday. Instead of 15% off, I put 15% oof. O-O-F. 15% oof is going to be going on through tonight at sgninjas.com. So if you're still interested or looking, I think I've gotten another 10, 12 orders since I mentioned it last night. So thank you to each and every one of you. But yeah, just wanted to mention that one more time, as it is going to be gone after today. Oh, by the way, shout out to my boy Digger Dave. I'm actually repping his hat and his shirt. Really sincere gentleman I met at the GIE last year. Hooked me up with the hat and the shirt, and the conversation I had with him, and it was like a heart-to-heart conversation that you don't have with a lot of people, and it just stood out to me so much. So anyway, shout out to Dave, man. I appreciate the hat and the shirt, and I hope to see you at the GIE this upcoming fall as well. Let's get to it. So this backyard is done. It is very wet, so I had to be careful how I turned around, even though I did leave a few little spots like right there. But overall, considering the conditions, it's not too bad. So this backyard is done. Both of the front yards are done. So this is the backyard where I have to use the 36-inch because of the gate. And thank goodness I have that 36. Could you imagine push mowing all this? Well, actually, I can't imagine, because when I started my company, I used to take on yards this size and bigger, and I would push mow the front and the back. At that time, I was able to do only about 4 or 5 for the day, and I was beat. And not to mention, I had a full-time job. These yards, guys, they're not your perfect yards. You know, they're your weed infested, whatever you want to call it, crappy looking yards, but they look nice when they're mowed, and these customers just care that it's maintained, you know? It is what it is. You got your nice neighborhoods, you got your average neighborhoods, nice yards, average yards, whatever. Remember, no yard left behind. No discrimination in any yard. I cut them all, big or small. Ooh, I like that. Look how tall this is. Pretty tall. Up to my knees. All right, ninjas, it's a wrap. She's done. Noah's just putting up the blower. So this customer does not want to go to a weekly. I have tried and tried and tried. I've texted, mentioned it in person. She just does not, but it gets super tall, and she finally got somebody to start spraying the yard, and it's growing like it's on steroids, and it's a bi-weekly. The only thing I can do is to continue to cut it on a higher level, so that way I'm not dealing with massive amounts of clunks and excess grass. Even though I am still forced basically to make it look decent, to mow it twice, to double cut it. Actually, I kind of made a third pass here and there, just kind of touching it up where I thought it could use one more swipe. But what do you do in those situations? I mean, she's a good client. She's on, you know, we have a card on file. I have no issues with her, but she's got somebody finally that's spraying. Grass is growing like it's on steroids, as I mentioned, and I'm dealing with overgrowth. So the word overgrown is getting thrown a lot around the community, with a lot of different people throwing different videos on there, and that's fine. But I wanted to ask you, what is overgrown, and how tall does the grass need to be considered overgrown? Now, probably for a lot of people is going to be different answers. Now, of course, if the grass is waist high, that's overgrown. I say even knee high, that's overgrown. But where does it start, and where does it turn into an overgrown yard? What do you think, Noah?
Probably about as tall as that mailbox. Like, where's that on the mailbox?
Where what?
Mailbox right here. Look at the bottom of the post.
The bottom of the post, like right around it?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can really see, but he's talking about that mailbox right there.
I consider that overgrown.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say that's about ankle high?
Yeah.
So I say anything about ankle high, to me, it's overgrown. So sometimes I'll come up to a new yard and I'll be walking around, and if it's about ankle high, man, it's an overgrown yard. That means that yard has gone pretty much 3 weeks or more without being cut. Of course, depending on weather and the conditions and whatnot, but that doesn't matter really the time frame. But it matters to me. It's like, okay, if it's about ankle high, that's overgrown, because a weekly yard will never get ankle high, and even a bi-weekly yard will really never get ankle high. Now, ankle high, that's pretty high. So for a bi-weekly, if you're cutting it on a 3 1/4, right? 3 1/4. There's no way in 2 weeks it's going to be ankle high, unless we've just had massive amounts of rain nonstop. So that could be the case too. But at that point, you're dealing with overgrown yards. And what do you do with overgrown yards? Do you just cut them? Do you charge extra? And another one is done. That's that weekly one. Next week we do both of them. Yeah, but you are. Let me know how many you accomplish every day. So yesterday, I think, what'd you do, 20?
Something like that.
Something like that, and I ended up doing, I think, about 20, 25. Oh, by the way, ninjas, this is free. You don't need no gym membership. This is just to if you're watching this right now, why don't you go do 5, 10 push-ups right now with me? Come on. Woo. Feel great. Your turn. Look at these beautiful stripes right behind you too.
Motivation.
Motivation right here. Remember, every day, it's free. Come on, we can do this, ninjas. We can do this. I'm not a pro at this myself, and I'm getting better by the day, and I'm getting stronger. But we can do this together, come on. All right, ninjas, it's a wrap. Just got home, finished up with the AC guy. It's that dang switch again, so he turned it off. He's gonna have to call the manufacturer and figure it out, what's going on. If it's the module, needs a new module, I don't know. But it was perfectly fine. I never had an issue with that until he did the washing. I wanted to update you about yesterday's topic and what I decided to do with that customer. And I was asking you guys what you would do, but what do you do when you do make a deal and it's a bad deal? You feel like you need to be making more. It sucks. What do? Do you go back to the customer and say, hey, I need more money? What is the right thing to do? What's the right thing to do? So much energy on Thunder Pumper Tuesday.
It ain't raining no more.
You do not go back and asking for more money. You made a deal, you stick by your deal and stick by your word, okay? And I know that sucks, but that is the professional thing to do. Now, once you finish the season, start of next season, if they contact you back or you call them to start mowing, then you say, hey, you present the new price.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay. What?
Every time. Do you know that animals with smaller bodies and faster metabolisms actually like see in slow motion?
What?
Yeah, dude.
Slow motion?
Slow motion.
So animals with smaller bodies
And faster metabolism see in slow motion.
What? Like actually slow motion?
Yeah.
Like slow motion for me.
Bro, I wonder if that's why squirrels get hit by so many cars.
Oh.
Because it's in slow motion, they don't realize how.
Oh. That's why squirrels maybe get hit by cars all the time. Because they see cars in slow motion and they figure, okay, that ninja be doing about 12 miles an hour. I got this, when he's really doing about 26. And all you see is tail, just tail flying. Have you ever ran over one?
You know they actually talk with their tails. Like,
Do they?
Yeah, that's how they communicate, is by popping their tail.
What?
Yeah.
Apparently, human beings, some of us, we communicate with our tails too. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, right?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
I may not be right, but I'm not wrong. Did you just know that? I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that, Noah.
Why didn't you know that, Nick?
I didn't know that.
You should have known this, man. You should have known.
How many more are you gonna do? 10?
20.
20?
Yeah, I'll do 20 more.
Woo! Ninja on fire!